Good morning, everyone. This is the Rant Booth exclusively on A2DRadio.com, live on the boardwalk each and every Sunday at All Campus between 10th and 11th Street. That's All Campus between 10th and 11th Street. We are live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Periscope, and Instagram. If you miss anything here on the Rant Booth or anything on our shows, download us wherever you get your podcasts, Spreaker, Spotify, Google Play, iHeartRadio, iTunes. Takeover Talk. We're everywhere. Don't miss a thing. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, turn those notifications on, comment, share. You want to come down? You're local to Ocean City. You come sit right next to me, sit right next to John, talk about whatever you want. Air your grievances.
Yep.
This is the Festivus style show here on A2D. It gives you a chance to come out. You want to talk about the Sixers? Blitz the Hornets yesterday, winning by what? 144, 114.
Yeah,
Boy, they needed that. They needed that. They needed that bad. That Pistons loss was not a good look.
That's ugly. Yeah.
We got John Coyle here. I guess I don't have to ask him if he's into the Kelly Greens. He has Kelly Green Eagles shorts on. He has a Kelly Green T-shirt on. He's got the Kelly Green hat on. You know, if you want to garb up like John here, come on down to All Campus. 20% off everything in our store, including hat shirts and our team cornhole sets to all our subscribers. Become an A2D subscriber, insider, $9.99 a month. You get merchandise giveaways, special shows, shout-outs, 20% off here, and you get the esteemed gambling picks of Mr. Nate Moss from the Money Pop Podcast and Willie Vegas, one Brian Wilson. He'll be on tonight with Tom Arnone's Uncle Sweeps and Greg on Agree to Disagree, the flagship show. A lot going on. We got MLB talk, opening day. We got the draft. We're just like barreling towards the draft.
Yes.
I looked at my calendar. It's April. The draft is what, April 24th?
Yeah. Less than a month away.
Less than a month away. I got a notification on my phone this morning that the Eagles are eyeing up Stephen Gilmore.
That's what I heard.
I think that would be a great signing. We'll talk about the offseason. We'll talk about Howie. We're getting to it all here on the Rant Booth. We're packing in a lot on this hour and a half show here. But let's get to our poll question. I want to make it like a general poll question today because like we're going to branch off. Maybe we'll have some ranters down here. It's
weather's not cooperating.
It's not.
We'll say.
I can't even sugarcoat. I can't lie to the people out there. I tell the truth here on A2D Radio. Whether you love me or hate me, I always tell you the truth. It's not the greatest day here.
It's miserable. Yeah.
Not the greatest day here. Not forecasted, but we're going to make it work. There's some people milling around. A lot of churchgoers in this town, so you say. So maybe as we go on, we'll get some action down here. But I mean, we gotta get this weather to turn. I mean,
yeah, this was definitely not in the forecast today. Didn't expect it.
I mean, when did the Eagles play the Bucks in the playoffs? What was that, like January 20th?
Right.
It was nicer on that stretch than it is right now. So Mother Nature's a mad scientist, but we're gonna push through it. So we got the poll question going, and I wanted to get your thoughts on where you think Major League Baseball opening day ranks in like the pantheon of days throughout the year in sports. So opening day is the greatest day of the sports year. Agree or disagree? This is a hard agree for me.
Hard agree.
Yeah.
Okay.
The only thing that would rival it is the first 2 days of the NCAA tournament where you're just noon to midnight.
The true March Madness.
But, that's kind of 2 days.
Right.
Opening day is watered down this year because of the lockout, and you got half the league playing on Thursday and half the league playing on Friday. So it's a little watered down, which I hate. But, John, because these teams, it's ace versus ace.
Yes.
Throughout Major League Baseball.
Correct.
You get into the season, injuries happen, guys manipulate the rotation.
A misstart, whatever.
The rotations get manipulated, but like you look at some of these pitching matchups. So like obviously I was looking forward to a good one on opening day on Friday, Aaron Nola versus Sean Manaea, but now Sean Manaea is on the Padres. So we had a couple trades go down. Kimbrel goes from the Dodgers, the White Sox to the Dodgers. Pollock 1-for-1 swap, which I was just talking to my co-host Brad Ryer on the phone on my way down here to the Rant Booth, and he thinks Kimbrel's cooked. So maybe
I don't think he's cooked. I do think it's a good fit for both teams. I think both teams made out on that deal.
But like, I love opening day. I love the ace versus ace. I love and then you get the factor like it's a 162 game marathon.
Right.
Like anybody can win.
That's what it is, right?
At least we know some teams can't win because they don't try,
well,
like the Pirates and the Orioles. But everyone's got a fresh start. Players got a fresh start. Teams got a fresh start.
The stadiums are going to be packed. Fans are going to be excited. Give us 2 weeks, right? And then you'll start seeing if the fans are into it or not. But for the first 2 weeks, everyone has a chance. Everyone's going to win the World Series. Every fan base thinks this is the year. And that's the exciting part about baseball because you get the ace versus ace. You get the big matchups. You get opening day. You get the beginning of the year. It's exciting. Everyone gets excited for it.
You're starting to like taste summer a little bit.
Yep.
And there's nothing better than going like nice day outside, especially day games. Day game. The business.
They're all pretty much day games, opening day. I mean,
3 o'clock. 3 o'clock Friday is going to be the Phillies versus the Oakland Athletics,
and we will be there.
Yes, we will be there. I'm a hard maybe.
Okay,
but I want to go. I want to say yes, but the Ramp Booth's going to be down at open day. You got tickets, and then you have the Sunday package. So you're getting into that, and then on top of it, another reason why it's a hard agree for me is I think the Phillies got a damn good baseball team this year.
Yes. Yeah, for the Philadelphia fan base, we're really excited, right? We went over the luxury tax, which everyone has been clamoring for. We finally did that, even though it's just a little bit. We're over it. We signed the big bats that we needed, that we thought we needed. Bullpen, we got some arms. Whether they turn out to be good arms or not is yet to be determined. But we got some arms. Always loved our starting rotation. If Wheeler's healthy and can go, I love our starting rotation. So Philadelphia fan base should be a little excited for this year.
As a Phillies fan, I haven't been this excited for opening day since 2011.
Yeah.
You had the Bryce debut when they signed him and they bought JT in, but it was kind of like a top heavy offseason. You needed another offseason like they had this season to supplement
that,
which they did. And it's disappointing they missed the playoffs by a couple games last year. And you go out and you bring me Schwarber and Castellanos. And I love Schwarber, don't get me wrong, but I think Castellanos
is the big one, right?
That's the one that puts the excitement.
The guy hits 35 homers, bats 300, is just a great right-handed hitter.
Because this lineup is long.
Yes.
And when I say long, I mean 1 through 6, 1 through 7.
1 through 7, I'd say.
Maybe even 1 through 8. We got Bryson Stott.
Yeah, he's hitting the crap out of the ball.
So, and then Castellanos, you have the lefty with Bryce that's going to hit you 280 and 35 bombs. And now you got the righty and Castellanos that's going to hit you 35, 290.
Yep.
And 100 RBIs. And, you got that righty-lefty to kind of extend the lineup.
Yeah, you take that pressure off of Reese, who we thought was going to be that righty to be behind Bryce, who just hasn't panned out to be in that. Now you take that pressure off of him. You can make him be the guy that he needs to be, the guy who just takes pitches, walks, works in at bat, works the pitcher. We don't really need him to hit 40 home runs now because hopefully we have that guy.
Yeah, and then I'm getting to the comments right now. A lot of people chiming in. Pete Evans does a great job here at ATD Radio, Birds of a Feather, barreling towards the draft.
Yeah.
Barreling towards the draft. They had a great show. You should download it, listen to it about some uniform talk.
Very nice.
I get it with the Kelly Green. It's cute and it's a good look, but I've never seen a fan base so enamored with a color of the rainbow before.
I do want to ask Pete, since you guys, are a little bit more informed on it, are they going back to the old bird, or are they just going back to the Kelly Green?
And then I'm still confused as to if this is a full-time switch. We're Kelly Green Eagles now, or are we still having the Midnight Green and we're doing the Kelly Green every once in a while?
It sounded like it was going to be a Kelly Green full turn.
Because now we got the black uniform still.
Right.
And now we got a black helmet.
Yep.
So, I mean, look, if
you'll have the one game a year where you do the blackout game. If that's a Sunday night, a Monday night game, whatever we get, that'll probably be the blackout game.
I feel like they always do that. I feel like the home game against the Giants, they always wear the black uniforms. Maybe I'm just making that up.
I don't know if that's
I don't know, but Pete he disagrees to the poll. which is fine. He likes week 1 of the NFL.
Okay.
Valid, fair.
Right.
Absolutely. At week 1 of the NFL, because that's kind of the same thing, right? Like, there's no league that has parity like the NFL.
True. Everyone has a chance.
It's a hard cap.
Yep.
Like the Bengals. Like this time last year,
nobody picked
like
that
we
up.
had the Bengals in a loaded division in the North. Just like we were saying, I said it. I'm guilty of it. Like everyone in the North has a chance except the Bengals.
Yep.
That was the narrative last year. So you got is my team like we stink? USA Today has us going 3-13. But like it's week 1 of the NFL. We got a shot. Like the Eagles, everyone picked the Eagles to be.
I picked the Eagles to win 4 wins. 4 wins last year.
And then what did we do? 9-8.
Yeah, playoffs.
10-7.
Playoffs.
9-8.
Yeah.
10-7, and then we're in the playoffs. So you just never know in the NFL. So that's a good answer. But opening day in the MLB, and like I'm a total baseball junkie.
So am I.
Total baseball junkie. And I understand people bitching, man, it's too long. There's not enough action. But like. Like if you go to an NFL game, like you got to sit in your seat and you got to watch and absorb what's going on for the whole 60 minutes.
Yeah.
Baseball, you get in, maybe you come in
you could
touch late, whatever.
Take a beer break or whatever.
You're drinking beers, you go to Ashburn Alley, and there's great stadiums throughout the MLB. I wish I was going to more, but I've been to a couple, and Citizens Bank is great. You got Ashburn Alley.
Yeah, the food selection there is amazing.
You got your boys, you got your family. There's girls walking around or guys walking around. And I feel like baseball is, of the 4 major sports, I feel like baseball appeals most to both sexes.
It's the most relaxing, I think you could say, right? You're sitting in the sun. Mostly it's, baseball's sitting in the sun, have a hot dog, have a beer, have your scorecard, and just enjoying a game. Football, it's not like that. Like it's just you're always on your feet. You're always yelling and screaming because the fan noise is so much more important in football, basketball, other sports than it is in baseball.
And baseball, like you have those like they call them pressure situations in like the 6th, 7th, 8th inning where you need a strikeout,
runners on or something. Yep.
Everyone gets up and cheers, but there's only like a couple of those during the game.
Correct.
There's a couple key moments during the game, and you kind of know when they're going to happen.
Right.
Football, it can just be
any play.
Boom.
Yep.
It's done.
Yep.
It's over. You won the game on that play, or you lost the game. It happened in the first quarter. It happened in the fourth quarter. There's more emphasis on the fourth quarter. Absolutely. But, if you start the game in a 14-0 hole, it's like, ugh.
Oh, it's drained.
As opposed to baseball, like if the Phillies go out against the A's on Friday, God forbid, and Nola gives up, 4 in the first, like you're still in it.
Right.
You're still in it. And comebacks happen in football and in basketball and the other sports too. But baseball, you're alive until they get that 27th out.
Right.
Which I don't know if I can say that in the other sports.
No, you can't. And to Pete saying NFL week 1, the only reason I'm not going to go to the NFL is because the NFL does such a good job of spanning their season out throughout the whole year.
They're geniuses.
They really are. I mean, you have the first day of free agency is a big day. The draft. Who watches the baseball draft, right? Like,
because they're idiots and they do it right in the middle of their season.
True. Yeah. And it's just not a big production. Like the NFL, I feel like throughout the whole year has big moments, but baseball opening day, that's their big production. It means a little bit more.
So like the Super Bowl's in February. Like there's not a month where there's not
football.
Happening.
Right. There's not a month where there's not football.
And that's why they're marketing genius. That's why they own 3 days of the week. That's why we do live reaction shows every Monday for Monday Night Football. And we do the pregame show down here.
Yeah.
Because like it goes Super Bowl, February, free agency, March,
yep,
draft, April, Then you
training camp.
You get a little
off.
lull. You get the mini camps and the training camps.
Yep.
Then you're putting on the pads and you're playing preseason games. And you kind of can get an idea of what you got, and then you're in the season for 6-7 months.
Yeah.
And baseball, if they had a clue, which they don't, Manfred doesn't. He's the worst commissioner I've ever seen. He's just tone deaf to everything. Like, you have the World Series in November. Go have the draft on December 1st.
I agree. I do think they need to do it a little bit better.
And start free agency the 15th.
Yep.
Of December, when you have the owners meetings or the GM meeting, whatever they call it in the MLB,
the Arizona meetings or whatever.
Then you can now you got a potential international draft. Like, you can put that on TV and give those guys.
Yeah.
Because nobody knows who these, and ESPN's been doing a pretty good job. They prepared themselves during the lockdown. They put some college baseball on, so you got to get those guys exposure. Get your draft picks and prospects exposure.
Right. Get the big names in college that are going to be high picks. Get them out there so we could get familiar with them.
Even golf. Golf took the NFL model because
expanded
and because they moved the major.
Yep.
The Masters is on Thursday. I do have a pick for the Masters for all you Bet USAers. Try whatever you want to use. You can use our link. Get 125% sign up bonus. I'm live on North Carolina, bro. I'm live on North Carolina. I placed them Thanksgiving on UCLA, UCLA and UNC, and UNC takes out there. I wonder Cowboy Jeff.
He'll be in here.
He's going to come.
He'll be in here.
He's going to be all decked out in this Carolina stuff. But yeah, 50, 1,800. So I'm cutting into my winnings a little bit strategically. So I took Duke for 150 money line.
Right.
To hedge it, and then I'll take Kansas 150
and you'll do the same
money
thing
line on Monday because there's no reason to lose.
Right.
I'll just sit down and do the math. I thought Duke was going to win the basketball game.
So did I.
I thought, but Hubert Davis owns Coach K. Hubert Davis owns Coach K.
It is funny.
And, Nova goes down, and they just couldn't match up without
losing more was that. It was over.
Guard.
It was
a
over.
shame. But I'm rooting hard for Jay Wright to smash all Coach K's records.
So am I. I hope he stays and hope he.
Well, he was on the dial this week talking about it, and he was like, I thought about it a couple years ago because the Suns wanted him bad before they hired Monty Williams.
Yeah, so the Sixers went after him real hard too.
But I think he almost went to
the Suns?
Phoenix.
Yeah.
Who knows? I could be wrong about that. But he's like, he did the Olympic thing with Coach K.
Yep.
And he said that kind of
put a little fire.
Satisfied his fix.
Right.
To be the NBA. Because he's like, it's different. Because the NBA is a business.
Right.
Is what he said. And it is. Guys they care about their brands. And
yeah, it's a completely different interaction with your players. From college to pro.
And he said, he likes the college game. And he's got a great little gig there on the main line.
He's a god down there. Yeah.
Goes to the Final Four almost all the time.
Right.
He's up to 4 Final Fours now? He shouldn't leave.
No.
King, big man on campus, as they say. Jake Friel, he chimes in, bringing back the old Kelly Green as an alternate uniform.
Oh, it's just an alternate. Okay. All
right. We had Action Jackson. He's in the to win the MVP.
No.
He's just not.
I don't think he's going to either.
The Pistons game was ugly, but he needed to hit that shot. Remember, he had the ball in his hands with 10 seconds to go against Milwaukee, and he missed, which is fine. Guys miss shots, but he really needed a signature moment against a good, legit team like Milwaukee.
Right.
That would have been plastered everywhere on ESPN and Bleacher Report and all those big boys. Look at Joel Embiid. He hit a buzzer beater. He needed that because now I would even put him third now.
Do you think the statement that was just made about how Harden and him only are successful because of free throws, does that affect voters?
Tyronn Lue said that.
Right.
Yeah. And I think
I mean to a certain point, I mean, he's correct. Right? If they didn't have free throws, and I know to get to the free throw, you have to get fouled, which puts you, in a dominant position. I understand all that, but if they didn't have the free throws, are they really as good as the numbers say?
Joe is.
I agree. I do think Joe is because he's a dominant player.
Look,
I don't think Harden is.
Some of the stuff that I saw, and the Pistons game was ugly, like super ugly. It was terrible. You get 25-19. I think they got outscored in the fourth quarter by what? It's an up and coming basketball team there in Detroit, but they're bad.
They're a hell of a player.
They're a bad basketball team there in Detroit, but. Some of the stuff that I'm just seeing, and like it's something new every night where he amazes me. Like he's doing these Euro steps and jump stops and these fadeaway jumpers, and his mid-range game is just
his mid-range game is amazing.
It's outrageous. Yeah. Harden frustrates me, and don't get me wrong, I love Harden.
Right,
and I'm doing that trade 80 million times out of 80 million times because 25 from Australia was the king loser.
Correct,
but. Like when I see, like when Harden first got here, like he would beg people to come up and he would just cook them off the dribble and he would he's not hitting shots.
It's not even hitting shots. So I never really watched Harden play too much because it was always out in the West. So I never really saw too much of him. But now, like watching him every night here in Philly, I just feel like he's literally a guy who gets a little bit of an edge on the drive and throws his elbows up and hopes he gets hit. He just has no desire to ever make a basket. He literally is only looking to get his elbows hit. And to me, that just seems like it's not a style that's conducive in the playoffs where the referees are going to put away the whistle a little bit more. The game's going to get a little bit tighter.
I want to put my foot through the TV every time he dribbles out the shot clock drives to the basket and does what you just said.
Right.
And then bitches and moans that he doesn't get the call.
Yes.
You're not going to get every call.
Especially in the playoffs. You're
just not.
You're not. Yeah.
So Tyronn Lue, I think he may have a point on Harden, even though Harden can get it going and fill up the stats quick. But Joe is the best player in the league. He should be the MVP.
Right.
He's not going to be the MVP. He might even finish third now, because Giannis is pushing hard.
Giannis is coming up heavy,
Giannis is pushing hard, and Milwaukee's so good.
And you'll know, I mean, if LeBron does come back, what he does, the last couple of weeks, he's having a hell of a year. I know his team's not in the playoffs and all that, but
you can't give the MVP
at 37 years old what he's doing.
It's unbelievable. And I'm off the court LeBron and Twitter LeBron. I'm out on that.
Right.
I think he's a total chotch.
Right.
But on the court LeBron, I've never seen anything like it.
No, he's outstanding. I just don't understand how he can year after year after year still producing and not just producing, but putting a team on his back like he's doing right now.
But
even though they're not successful.
Is he really?
He is. They're just not successful. I mean, just imagine him not on the team, like how bad it would be.
Anthony Davis, always something with it.
Oh, yeah. You can't trust him anymore.
Jackson. He's Action Jackson. Was that your boy there, Action Jackson?
Yes.
He said he was in here yesterday.
What's up, Jax?
Come on down. Come back in. Look,
he came in and got a hat yesterday.
Here's the sun kind of peeking out here, Johnny.
Yep.
Hey, we'll get some ranters down here. Come on down, 10th, 11th Street. We're on the boardwalk. We're talking Sixers. We're talking MLB. We're talking draft. And we'll talk about whatever the heck you want to talk about as a ranter.
So I do want to I never really answered the poll question. Correct. I do have a day for me that is more special than opening day for the baseball. To me, it was always, and it's not a specific day, but it's always the first game, Flyers Pens.
Interesting.
Flyers Pens, to me, it was always a day where me and my dad would get together.
Right.
He would make his pizza. We'd be hyped up all day for it. I'd be making, if you go back and watch all my social media, all my stuff, I always mention it. I'm getting excited for the day. I'm going here. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. So Flyers Pens for me was always the day that I got most excited in the sports world.
Yeah, John Fishman, he laughed. 25 from Australia. I don't say his name.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't need to. I don't need to say his name.
Still a joke.
He's a loser.
The guy is still a joke.
And now he's like, he's not even
trying to get money now. Come on.
He's not even going to play for them either.
Doesn't look like it.
He's not going to play for them either.
Yep.
How we doing, folks? Ed Taylor, ball needs to be in Maxi's hands the whole game. Push ball. Less half-court set. Harden done trying dribbling, get around anyone. You
can't do that, though. I mean, you might be right, but we can't. Harden's the guy.
Ed, because Ed, you've watched. There's not a league of the 4 major sports, or really any sport, that changes from regular season to postseason like the NBA.
Yep.
You can't run up and down and get in a track meet in the playoffs. The game's going to slow down. Possessions are going to shrink.
Right.
And you need some sets.
Especially the Sixers, though, too, because our main guy is a big guy who already has endurance issues, right? So I don't want to see us doing that. I don't want to see us pushing the ball every single time. I would rather see us, hey, let's get in a half-court set, let's get Joe on the block, and let's go to work.
You're still on this endurance? I think
you have to be.
I think those are behind him.
Maybe they are, but we haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen it yet.
He's taken basically no games off.
I hear you, but has he put in a 40? Can you remember a game this year? And I can't. That he's put in 40, and the last 2 minutes of the game, he has really dominated. There's not a game that comes to mind.
Yeah, and that's why he's not. That's a good point. I can't think of one. I'm sure people in the chat.
We lose close games. Right, we are losing close games.
They don't finish.
We don't close.
They don't finish. You're 1,000% right about that.
And it needs to be Joel because he is the best player.
It needs to be Joel or Harden. And look, I love Maxey.
So do I.
And I like Tobias. He's playing a lot better.
Yeah.
But let's put Doc and the bench and all that nonsense aside.
We can't fix that.
If the Sixers are going to get to an Eastern Conference Finals or an NBA Finals or, God willing, host a parade down Broad Street.
Right.
The stars are going to have to take us there. It's got to be Harden and it's got to be Embiid. It's got to be one of them.
Joe. It's got to be Joe.
Whatever. I don't care who it is, as long as it's one of them. Because if the stars of this basketball team aren't going to take us there, we ain't going.
No. If Joel cannot give us 40 minutes and at the end of the game when it's a 1-point game or it's a tie game and he can't dominate down low and make a play, we're not winning anything. We're not winning. We're not getting out of the first round. He has to do it.
I want to bring up these standings, but Rob Povey is in the chat. Hockey happy hour guy. I'm sure he likes the Flyers Pens too.
Yeah,
he likes opening day more. He's a baseball junkie, so he's got some love for opening day. Bob Brinkman, after seeing Harden, I think someone else should bring the ball up and work.
Not going to
off
happen.
The wing with the pick and roll with Joe. Look, the pick and roll is the most archaic, effective play in basketball.
And it's been working. Joel and Harden have a decent pick and roll.
That's why I hated Brett, right? Because you
never saw it.
You had 25 from Australia,
and
you had Joe, and there's no reason why you couldn't Stockton and Malone it every time down the floor, and
we decided to run a 3-man weave at the 3-point line every single play.
It's inexplicable. And I'm not a fan of Doc's offensive philosophy as well. But we've mentioned the bench, and we can't fix it, and no one's coming. But what do you think of the scuttlebutt going around that Maxey should come off the bench?
I was the component to that. I was the first one to say that.
Right.
Everyone laughed at me and told me I was a joke. Why not?
I did think you. I didn't. I wasn't on board with it at first, but after seeing this 20-game sample size that we have, with Harden,
we need somebody. You need to be able to bring somebody in who you can say, "Hey, Harden doesn't have the ball, Maxey. This is your time to shine."
But let's put Maxey on the bench.
Yeah,
and he's still going to get his 30, 35, 40 minutes.
I'm not taking any minutes from him. Right.
No, and I've said this before for years. I don't really care who starts the game. I care who finishes the game.
Right.
And Maxey
will finish
the basketball game, 1,000%. But who's your 5 if Maxey's on the bench?
Joe
Harden.
I want Hart. Yeah, Joe Tobias, Thibault, Korkmaz, and Harden.
Korkmaz stinks, John.
I hear you. Korkmaz stinks, but it
would be Danny.
He isn't. I don't want Danny starting.
I don't want any of them on the court ever. But we're stuck.
I know. But to me, Korkmaz at least brings that threat. Danny Green doesn't bring that threat anywhere else besides the corners. That's it. He is useless on the wings. Unless he's in the corners, he's good. But Korkmaz, at least, I know he's not doing good, and he's having a horrible year, but at least he has that threat. Like Thibault, there's no threat whatsoever.
And then, you done? Sorry.
Shake, to me, maybe Shake. Do you put Shake there? But I don't think you do that either.
But Shake played, 20 minutes the other night? And he didn't participate in the basketball game.
Right.
The lights were on, but nobody was home.
Yeah,
he didn't do anything.
He's the most streakiest player. He's either real hot or he's not. There's no middle. Shake will never give you 6 points. He's either going to give you 18 or he's going to give you 2.
And then they play Furky. I think this was the Pistons. I didn't watch yesterday. I didn't even see highlights yesterday. I just saw the box score. It was on at 12:30. I was at work. Right. 144, 114. Cool. We're good.
Yep.
All right. Cool. We're good. And they needed that. They needed
a get-right game.
And they're playing tonight as well in Cleveland, right?
Correct.
Yeah, okay. That's 6?
I'm not sure the time on it.
I think it's just they're doing these 6 o'clock
Sunday matinees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's fine. But I wonder if Ralphie, is there a are our boys playing? Are Embiid and Harden playing tonight? Anyone in the chat? I'll look it up on my phone. I'll try and find that.
Against Cleveland, I would assume we're playing. Yeah.
So, are you, manipulating things seed-wise?
I said that, too. I don't want the 1 or 2 seed. I don't want to touch the 1 or 2 seed. I want to avoid Brooklyn like they're lava. I want nothing to do with them.
So, when it comes to long-term with this basketball team, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm convinced that the Eastern Conference Finals, there's 3 teams for 2 spots.
Okay.
I think the Sixers are one of them. I think Milwaukee is the heavy favorite, and I would put Brooklyn in there.
Right.
I think the Sixers, Nets, and Bucks are better than the Chicago, Miami.
I put Boston up there for a 4. But yeah, I think you're right. The top 3 are those 3. Yes, I do have Boston real close to those 3, though.
But the problem with the East right now is those 3 teams are probably going to play each other prior to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Definitely, yeah.
At least someone's
2 of them will, yes.
Someone's matching up with Brooklyn early.
Correct.
And it's going to be a problem for them.
Correct.
Whether whoever wins, it was Boston, Brooklyn, whoever wins, we'll see. But you're right. Brooklyn is going to be a problem in the first round.
Want nothing to do with them.
And then I'm looking at, I said it in the Wednesday night chat, and everyone kind of scoffed at me a little bit. Toronto is a pest. Do I think am I worried about the Sixers losing to Toronto? No. But that's not going to be an easy series. That's not a wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, 4-game sweep.
That's a series where you're going to get bruised up. You're going to get banged up. You're going to get hit there. And the main reason why I wouldn't want to see Toronto is that travel, going to a different country, having to go through customs, all that stuff. That just adds so much time that is not necessary.
I hope our boys are vaccinated.
That too. Yeah. I don't think we had an issue with that because we've been to Toronto this year. So I don't think we've had an issue with that.
We just lost to them, but I forget if it was a home game or not.
I'm not sure, but I don't remember ever hearing that we had issues with players not being able to play there.
So the standings right now, Miami's the 1. They're 1.5 up.
Right.
There's only 6 games left, so that's
right.
Kind of a big deal. Then you have Milwaukee 2, Boston 3. All those teams have clinched playoff spots. Then Sixers are 4.
Right.
5 is Toronto.
Right.
I'd rather play Chicago than Toronto.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Chicago doesn't scare me whatsoever.
Joel Embiid, he's 13-0 against
they don't
the
scare
Bulls.
me whatsoever. Them or Cleveland. Give me Cleveland, too.
I got to bet on them to win the East from before the season, the Bulls.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think they're just not a good matchup against us. The Sixers are way better matchup-wise against Cleveland or Chicago.
So then Brooklyn's down to 10.
Right. They got to play 2 games to get in right now.
And it looks like Toronto is going to not be in the play-in tournament.
Looks like they're getting a 6 and Cleveland's moving down, right?
Cleveland's in a tailspin.
Right.
Like, if you can get Cleveland somehow in the first round, like
which is a possibility.
That's a wham bam.
Yeah, that's a possibility.
4 games. See you later. Out of here.
Right. There's no. I'm not looking at the standings, but the 10 teams are set. It's just a matter of where
East,
they fall, right?
In the East, yes.
Yeah.
So, and then you have the Hawks there, and we know what the Hawks did to us last year.
Yeah, and they looked good yesterday too. They had a big win yesterday.
I tell you what, man, that Nate McMillan, he's a heck of a basketball coach.
Yeah.
I forget where he was. He was in Indiana, right? And he got canned.
Yes. Yeah.
And then the Hawks fired their coach last year, made him the interim.
Yep.
He took him to the Eastern Conference Finals, and now they've been underachieving all year.
They're getting hot now, though.
And now they're getting hot again.
Big win against Brooklyn yesterday.
And Trae Young can just fill it up.
Yeah.
Bob Brinkman, Sixers had 35 points off the pick and roll yesterday, according to the postgame show.
Yeah, I do. I love the pick and roll. I mean, we were saying it earlier.
So
Joel Embiid's mid-range shot right now is probably the second best behind Chris Paul's, in my opinion. I really think that his mid-range game, foul line jumper, he's just automatic there. He's automatic. And Harden's finding them on those pick and rolls.
Yeah, but it's so easy. And I feel like the NBA guys, coaches and talent, they turn their nose up it because it's boring and it's not flashy and it's not sexy, but it's effective. It's like Novocaine at the dentist. When's the last time you went to the dentist and got Novocaine and it didn't work?
Right.
Never.
Right. Yeah, Never. It's always there. It's a play that is always there.
It's the Herman Boone inside veer.
Yeah.
We run 3 plays, coach. Just give it time. Always works. But you can do that. And Ben, I said his name. I shouldn't have. 25 from Australia that's like a dream.
It could have been a dream spot for him. Yeah, it really could have.
Because Joe sets the pick, and then Ben either hits the roller and Joe, or Ben God forbid, attacks
and
is aggressive and finishes, or he, God forbid, he pulls up and hits a mid-range jumper.
But that to Bob's point, having Maxey do the pick and roll could be even more effective because of just the way I despise watching Harden drive because he has no desire to ever try to make the shot. Like, he had no desire to make the shot. He literally is looking for contact every single time he drives.
Look,
Maxey doesn't. Maxey tries to finish on every drive. So I'm not going to take the ball from Harden, but I do understand the premise of it.
Yeah, Bob wants Harden on the wing.
Correct.
And Maxey bringing the ball up.
And I
don't agree with as you can see by the last name there.
Right.
We're good friends.
Yes.
So we talk a lot of ball. And I don't agree with Bob there. I think Maxey is best served as a 2-guard.
So do I. So in the general scheme of it, I do too. I love the way that he catches the ball and he's already on the run. He catches the ball, a pass from Harden or whoever, and the guy's already on the run going downhill. Not many people have that skill.
I agree. So, just to get back to it, there's 2 teams, there's 3 teams for 2 spots in the Eastern Conference Finals. I put the Sixers as one of them.
Right now, I don't.
You don't.
I don't.
So you got them.
I don't think they get through Brooklyn, and I don't think they get through Milwaukee right now.
Okay, let's look at. Let's say it's over right now.
Right. The playoffs start tomorrow.
We'll use these standings.
Okay.
Let's say Brooklyn
gets the 8.
Brooklyn can't be the 7,
right?
So they'll be the 8, and we'll give the Hawks the 7.
Okay.
So it's Miami and Brooklyn.
Right.
Where are you going with that?
Brooklyn 5.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't disagree because I fell into this trap last year. I was all Sixered up last offseason. I was miffed that they lost that series to the Hawks.
I went to every game. I was at every playoff game
because I thought the NBA had evolved from the LeBron Miami super teams, the free agent superstar cartel, to a league where a well-balanced, well-coached team was going to be able to do some damage. But I was dead wrong. Both 1 seeds, the Sixers and the Utah Jazz, who fit the bill that I just described, both lost in the second round of the playoffs. So this is a league of stars.
It is.
And Miami fits the bill of well-coached. Bam's great. Jimmy's a killer. At least he was.
But they don't have a star.
They don't have stars.
They don't have a star.
They don't have I agree with you.
Yep.
Tyler Hero's good. Duncan Robinson's
good. From top to bottom, they got a great team. They really do have a great team.
But that's not what wins. I'm not falling into that trap this offseason, this postseason.
Yep.
It's a league of stars.
Chicago's another one.
Right.
Chicago's another great team. But
team.
But do you put Zach LaVine in at that star? I don't. All right.
I think he's a star.
He's an all-star. I just don't think he's a superstar.
No, he's not a superstar. There's maybe 7, 8, 10 superstars in the league.
There's just 10 of them,
Giannis, Joe,
LeBron.
Jokic, LeBron.
Right.
Doncic is pretty good down there in Dallas.
Yeah.
But even a guy like Karl Anthony Towns, is he a superstar?
I don't think so.
Dame Lillard, is he a superstar?
Trae Young, Beal, I think they're great players, right? I don't think they can carry a playoff series. I think your superstars do that.
The closest thing that you have to what I describe, well coached, well balanced with star power, is Milwaukee.
Yeah.
And Phoenix.
Phoenix, I think, is the one.
There he is.
But Phoenix always crumbles. What's up, Jeff?
Go Heels, baby.
We were waiting for you to come on in.
What's up? Cowboy Jeff is in the house, or not Buster Stones. Yeah, he's
got the Tar Heels.
I went down. I was at the at the Wells Fargo.
Oh yeah, Friday, right?
I was at both, but UCLA UNC, what an outrageous game. I got 50 to win 1,800 on him from beginning of the season. Thanksgiving morning, I placed the bet. I'm pretty sure. I love them Monday.
It'll be a good game.
But yeah, we're getting back to the NBA. So you like Brooklyn in 5.
I like Brooklyn in 5 against Miami. Yeah.
So then you have Milwaukee and the Hawks.
I think that'll be a good series, but I like Milwaukee come out. I think Milwaukee in 5, but I think that's going to be a closer series.
Every game.
A good game,
but
right.
The Bucks win.
Right.
Rather easily.
Yep.
Short series. Then you're going to have Boston, Chicago. That I'll give Chicago.
Boston.
I'll give Chicago.
I like Boston. I'm a Boston guy. I think that they'll pull it out.
And then you have the Sixers and the Raptors, which I think that might be 6 or 7.
That could go 6. Yeah, that could go 6. I mean, what's the difference in games? How much are we up on them between the 4 or 5?
So we're 2 games up on Toronto.
Okay, all right. So we should have home court in that. I'll take Sixers. I'll take the Sixers.
But then the bugaboo with how the seating is right now. Now you got Brooklyn in round 2.
Correct.
So I said there was 3 teams for 2 spots.
And round 2 is going to be 2 of those teams are going to play, no matter what. They have to.
And then you got Milwaukee. Milwaukee will play Boston. And I like Milwaukee. So I've seen very little to suggest that this basketball team can go through, beat Brooklyn 4 out of 7, and then the next series,
Milwaukee,
go beat Milwaukee 4 out of 7
on the road against Milwaukee too.
I don't see that happening.
I don't see it.
I don't let's say I'll give them the benefit of the doubt because I'll be a fanboy a little bit and I'll pick them over Brooklyn.
All right.
then you're in the Eastern Finals, and that's the success. If you get to the Eastern Conference Finals, I'm good. I'm
not good on that.
No, because John, you have to. You got to tweak some things around to be a title contender.
But do you think next year,
unless our stars
be better, I just don't think you're going to get much better.
Well, Morey's got to get to work.
I don't see where you do that. I just don't see where you do that.
You can't get to the Eastern Conference Finals and lose and just run it back. You got to do something. You got to get some guys in here off the bench. You need more shooters.
Well, first of all,
some youth.
Okay,
on the bench.
Youth and shooters you might be able to acquire at some point somewhere, but we know that we're capped out, right? So it has to be minimum contracts that you're getting.
I would almost guarantee that Tobias won't be on this team next year if they don't reach the Eastern Conference Finals.
Okay. Good luck doing that, and you'll never free that cap space.
No, you got to take back.
You got to take back trash.
Trash for trash. You got to take back a bad contract.
But that's my point. Is Tobias is going to always be the better trash that we get back, in my opinion. Right? What trash are we going to get back that is going to make us better?
I don't disagree with that, but you can't not reach the Eastern Conference Finals again and just run it back.
We're technically, you can look at it this way too. You're not running it back. You're having a full season with Harden, which we haven't had.
Okay.
I'm just laying it out. Honestly, that's we're not moving Tobias and getting better. People need to stop that notion. All right, that's not going to happen. What's going to happen is we're going to move Tobias and get a guy like Russell Westbrook back in that trade. That's who. That doesn't make us any better.
I would want two guys back that equal the money, so you get a little deeper.
Okay.
Because I can run a big three of Maxey, Embiid, and Harden.
I
feel good about it.
Off the top of my head, there's just not a team out there that I could think that would be in that situation to be able to do that.
Well, I mean, we can talk about that. We'll see what happens in the offseason. Right. These guys move, and he made the deal for 25. And got Harden in here, so he can make deals.
I'm sure Brooklyn is not crying about that deal either, though. I mean, I would assume the way I took it the same way is Brooklyn kind of made out on that deal.
How? Ben's not playing.
Not this year?
He might never play again.
Well, then it's a bad deal. Then it's a bad deal.
Greg Milakovic, he's in the house. He'll be on tonight. Agree, disagree. I'm sure that we'll be doing some post-game stuff, maybe some live reaction stuff. Sixers at 6, I think.
Yeah, I can see. But he agrees to the poll?
He agrees to the poll. He's another big baseball guy.
Yeah, he's a big baseball guy.
The Sixers, 6 o'clock. Sixers
at Cleveland?
At Cleveland. Second game. I don't know who's playing or not. I don't know if they're going to rest guys or what they're doing. Because,
I'm assuming if they rest anyone, it would be Harden. With the hamstring, issues, I could see us resting him. Yeah.
4.5 seems a little thin.
Seems a little heavy to me on the back-to-back.
The back-to-back, but
I see this being a bucket game.
Cleveland is just in a tailspin.
They are.
You get a couple games for this fan base's sanity to like yesterday.
To stop crying and complaining about everything?
Well, we're Philadelphia. We're going to find something to bitch and moan and complain about. But that's besides the point. But, yesterday, it calmed my nerves a little bit.
It's a big win, yeah.
And, I don't freak out anymore about the Sixers. I don't. Because what can I freak out about? They got Ben out, and they got Harden in. So
this is our team. There's nothing to complain about anymore.
Daryl Morey did everything.
Yep.
He can look in the mirror when he wakes up in the morning and say, we fell short, but there's nothing more I could do.
Yeah, you're right in saying that. We made the best trade that we could make and got back the best piece that we could in that trade. So if this is what our team is, this is what our team is. We got to be satisfied with that.
Jay Lev on YouTube, we can't keep starting Thibault, need a starting 3-and-D. Need a better backup center. Yeah, DeAndre Jordan is a waste of space out there.
Well, you want B-ball Paul? Is that who we're going to, guys?
No.
Stop it.
No. But like,
you missed out on all the other buyouts that we could have gotten. There was 3 other guys that I would have loved to have had.
Who was out there? I feel like the buyout market was really thin this year.
No, you had who went to L.A. Didn't the Lakers get a backup center?
Who they got? Boogie?
No. I can't remember now.
On the buyout market?
I think so. Yeah, that's
why. That's
why they got rid of Drummond. Or not Drummond. They got rid of Jordan. I can't remember now. They opened up a spot by getting rid of Jordan.
But like, we can talk till we're blue in the face about trying to the bench is the bench. We have who we have. Like, you want to start Thibault? Who you starting? Danny?
There's no other person. Yeah, there's no other person. And if you don't start Thibault, who the heck's guarding anyone? I mean, who's guarding anyone? Tobias Harris has been our best defensive player besides Thibault, and that's just not that's not a good recipe for success.
Yo, Jeff. So I was in for the Elite Eight. I was at the Garage Bar down in the Fishtown. We're watching the game, watching Nova. Who walked in? Hansborough. Yeah,
really?
Yeah. He walked in. He was with his boys drinking beer. He got out of there quick once everyone started recognizing him. That's Psycho T, greatest college basketball maybe ever. And then he dipped out. But yeah, it was cool. Yeah. I walked. We all and we didn't want to bother him. So
right.
When each of us, we made a pact with my boys. Like, when we walk past him and go to the bathroom, each of us just say
hi.
F Duke. F Duke. And each of us went by him and said it, and he just yeah. I guess he was at the games. I mean,
he was probably there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. You're on the internet.
There you go.
See, the sun's peeking out. We got Cowboy Jeffs over here. We got people buying hats. Steelers fans. That's all right.
There you go.
That's all right.
Got Orioles fan here.
Only Cowboy
Cowboys.
Jeff, we have one. That should be a rule in the store. Only one Cowboys fan at a time.
Right.
And it's Cowboy Jeff's here, so any other Cowboys fans got to wait outside until Jeff leaves. That's it. Only one. Because now they're going to see you're here, and they're going to come crawling out.
There you go.
I know. You're hiding. You're hiding.
You're hiding the true bad colors.
But we know what's inside, deep down. Comment more targeted towards next year, but yeah, it comes back to Doc not developing these young players well enough to see if come playoff time. See, that's not fair.
I don't think that's fair.
That's not fair, Jeff, because these guys stink. You can't develop a guy who stinks. So we're not going to give Doc any credit for developing Maxey? That's not fair. That's not fair.
I think he's talking more on the terms of Thibault. I just don't. Thibault is what he is. I don't think he's ever going to be a 40% three-point shooter.
Right, but my point is there's nothing to develop with Thibault because he's just not that good.
He's good at one thing, right? He's a good on-ball defender, and we need to just keep that in perspective. Now you need to pair him with other good offensive players, right? If you're going to bring Thibault off the bench, you can't bring him off the bench and then complain that you don't have scoring off the bench because you're taking out Maxey or you're taking out Harden for him. Like, you have to pair him with people. We just don't have enough pieces to pair right now. That's the issue, right? If we have starting 5 with Maxey in there and we take 3 of those guys out, the 3 guys that we bring in, none of them can play.
Yeah.
None of them could play.
Niang can't play.
Niang just fell off everyone who was on the Niang bandwagon in the beginning of the year, that was laughable.
He just stands.
He's a solid player, but if you're really counting on him to get us 15 points a game, it's not going to happen.
Nope.
It's not going to happen. We don't have that guy to come off the bench that's going to get us 15.
And I don't know, maybe Thibault. But it's always if Thibault can do this and if Thibault can do that.
We said the same thing about 25 too, right?
Do that.
And I kept justifying it too. If 25 learns how to do this, he's going to be great. Same thing with Thibault. If Thibault learns how to do this, he's going to be great. Yes.
At some point, you just got to, it's just not there.
You are what you are.
It's not there.
Yeah.
Shake, it's not there. Furky, it's not there. You can't develop guys who stink. So I think Doc's done a tremendous job developing Tyrese Maxey.
Right. Right.
So I mean,
a guy who had talent, he's really turned him into a star. I mean, Maxey is a star. But he should be coming off the bench for us, yes. Because he's the only guy who I think can score 15 coming off the bench. We have nobody else. Danny Green's not going to do it. Korkmaz ain't going to do it. Jordan ain't going to do it. Thibault isn't going to do it. Niang's not going to do it. Like, we have no one who's going to do it. Are you moving Harris to the bench? I mean, you have to have somebody that can score coming off the bench to buy you 10 minutes for Joel.
I don't think Harris is a good fit for the bench because you need look, coming off the bench and being able to just go in the game and just go and be instant.
That's a skill.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Because like Manu did it. Manu was probably the best at it I've ever seen.
It. Yes.
Being a sixth man, being like, okay, like we have Duncan and Parker for the first 8 minutes, and now we're going to put
Lou Williams, who is always in the six-man conversation for his whole entire career, was one of the best of it. Right? A guy like that we don't have, and they're hard to come by. You don't find them on the free agent market or the buyout market. They're just not there.
So Tobias needs to play and get in the rhythm and get in the flow. Maxey, I feel like you can bring him off the bench, and he can just go in and go.
Yes, I think he is the type of guy that can come in cold per se and still produce and still run.
The only thing with that is like, because then what? You're starting Danny Boy, Shake, or Furkan, and then you're just not going to score enough.
No,
Maxey's going to come in and he's.
That's not true. I don't buy that philosophy. We said it before. The stars have to produce. When the stars are in for their minutes, they have to produce. We're only really getting killed those 7 to 10 minutes when they're out of the game. When Joel is out of the game for those 7 to 10 minutes, we are getting murdered. We need to find a way to stop that. And having Maxey be the substitute for that could be it. Right? If you take out...
So what, you want to go small?
I'm not saying go small. I mean, you could bring Jordan in, for center, but I don't think Harden can do it by himself. You know what I'm saying? I do think Maxey could do it by himself. I don't think Harden can really do it by himself because of the way that he plays.
But you're saying bring Maxey in, like you want Maxey to make up for Joe in those 7 to 10 minutes, but Maxey's a guard and Joe's a big guy.
I hear you. I'm just talking production wise. I'm not talking about spot for spot. I'm talking production wise. If you take Joel out, Harden is a shell of himself. He really is. All right. He's either getting to the line or he's getting nothing. All right? Because the pick and roll game is obsolete with Jordan. It's obsolete with Harris. It really is nothing else. He's a dribble machine, and you hope he gets to the line. All right? But Maxey's not. Maxey can literally take the ball and go off the dribble. He can get to the rim, and he can finish. So he can make up that production. I guess you can do it in the start with him in the starting lineup and just make the rotation a little differently to where Maxey stays in when Joe comes out. I don't know how you work the minutes. I just know when Joel's out, I want Maxey on the floor.
Mark Schmeckel, sorry about your name. I think I said it right. I did my best. But I think we need more Maxey handling it when James is on the floor. Have him run some pick and roll with Embiid. His change of pace compared to Harden is a difference maker. Harden needs to improve off ball. I don't see
Harden's 30-some years old. He's not improving nothing. He is what he is.
And that's not the first commenter that brought that up.
Right.
And I got his name right. Look at that.
There you go.
Nice. Yeah, I don't see Harden.
Harden's not going to be a wing guy shooting threes, set up threes. It's not his game.
And, I'm not – Maxey can do it with the second unit being the point guard, but I think Maxey is just best served as the two guard. I really do. That's what I see with my eyes.
Yeah, I do think that, but I don't know how else to say it besides when Joel's off the floor, we need to run, and that means Maxey needs to run. All right, because he's the only guy that can. When Joel's on the floor, I think it needs to be a grinded out half court offense. That's what we need to be successful. That's it. That's the only rotation I think is going to be any type of success for this team the way it's structured.
So, are you resting guys tonight?
I'm resting Harden. Yeah, I'll rest Harden tonight.
Well, if Harden's not playing, there's no point in Joe playing.
Maybe I depends on how Joe feels. I don't want Joe taking any time off right now because I just don't want. I do feel like if you take time off, it hurts your conditioning. I really do. I'm the complete opposite. I think he needs to stay in condition to play a full time. You take time off, you're just going to lose that conditioning. They both sat last week, yeah.
They sat the Miami game and they won somehow, which is another reason why I'm not.
The only reason I'm seeing Harden is because the injury factor, right? The hamstring. I don't want him to strain the hamstring. Joel, I don't think has any designation of any type of injury that we are worried about. So let him play.
Tobias 5 threes yesterday. I'm just trying to look at this Yahoo app. Maybe that'll be the easiest way to see if
the lineup's
scheduled to sit.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Joel needs to play, get that conditioning to where he needs to be. The only way you can do that, you can run on a treadmill all you want. Everyone knows gameplay minutes are completely different when you're getting leaned on, pushed on, thrown down to the ground. It's completely different conditioning. You can only do that by playing.
So Harden's line yesterday, 12 points, 8 rebounds, 13 assists, 5 turnovers.
Yeah.
That's not going to cut it against the Bucks or the Nets.
He has to be. No, I mean he's got to be 18 to 20 and 12 assists, like 10 to 12 assists. Like he's got to be up. He's got to be more productive.
He only had 12, and they put up 144.
Right.
So what? Joe got.
But Joe you had a big game. You had a big game. Korkmaz, I think, had a good game, right? I think Korkmaz had a decent game.
I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you. I'm just looking at the box score. I did not have eyeballs on the game. There's Cowboy Jeff breaking everything. So Harris had 23, 19.
Yeah.
Yeah, Thibault had 12. Niang had 10. Like, this is a bench that this stats obviously put a 144. Like, this is what the stats have to be from the bench.
Right. If Thibault gets 12, we're winning the game. We're winning the game.
Even B-Ball Paul dropped a bucket yesterday. Dropped a deuce yesterday. Yeah. 2 rebounds, too.
Big minutes by him.
Yeah. Oh, what do you mean?
Everyone loves him. Everyone loves him. The dude wins he wins the MVP down in the D League or whatever it is, and everyone falls in love with the kid. He's not that good.
He's a 6'8" power forward.
He's not that good.
That's why Psycho T didn't make it.
Right.
He's a 6'8" power forward. What do you do with him? You can't cover a 3. You can't cover a 2. You can't cover a center. Like, what do you do with him?
Yeah.
It's like, and people Paul. What do you mean? He did 2 points, 2 rebounds.
All he does is score. Okay.
He only had 7 minutes. Like, what do you mean? Imagine if he had 14, he'd get 10. Like, no, he wouldn't.
No, he wouldn't. Yeah.
The Millsap did not and then Isaiah. I guess they're having mop up, but like Isaiah,
they had a lot of mop up. Yeah.
Isaiah Joe drops 9 in 6 minutes. I don't know.
Are you relying on him? Like, we didn't even speak about him. I can't trust him to do anything. Yeah. It was trash time. Yeah.
So they just put him in at the And Furkan.
Right.
Where is Korkmaz? Now Korkmaz only played 7 minutes.
Okay.
And he got 4 points.
Okay.
Shake with 26 minutes. Niang 20, and Danny 16.
I think the minutes are proper. I just don't think they're going to be that productive. I mean,
no, I hear you. And it's the Hornets.
Yeah.
I hate being that guy, but it's the Hornets. Like, it's not the Nets. It's not.
Somebody on your bench is going to have to get 25 minutes, right? And right now, who is it?
Like yesterday was Shake.
Right.
And that
scary.
scares me.
That's scary. Is it Niang? I can't give him 25 minutes.
Like, Niang is a plotter. Niang's just going to drift out to the corner, and he's going to either get a corner three and make it, or he's not.
And he's going to get toasted on defense. They are. It's a big issue.
Yeah, Mark, his bench had 49 yesterday. Like,
we'll win every single game if that happens, but that's just not a reality. It's not a reality.
Brian Blaine, he's on the book checking us out. A little damp here in OC. Agree to the poll. Hopefully the Phillies can start off strong and stay hot. Let's get back to baseball.
Let's get back to the real sport.
Because what do you think the lineup's going to be on Friday? Well, I don't even know who's...
So who's starting for them now is the question.
Good question.
Right? Is it going... Because they had two guys. They had...
Sometimes they have... Because they still have Montez.
Right.
But he's probably going to get traded soon, too.
That they were looking to trade. Do you understand the Athletics come opening day, if they do trade him, they will have $25 million total salary.
That's unacceptable.
25 total team salary. That's a Bryce Harper. That's one Bryce Harper.
That is 150% unacceptable.
That's unacceptable. And I understand that they're having a lot of issues out there with stadiums, and then they're fighting with the city. They want to move, all this stuff. I hear you all. I get all that.
But if I'm the city of Oakland, why am I building you jabronis a new stadium?
If you're not trying. Yeah. Right.
Because but the A's actually at least have a track record of like developing guys.
They do.
So
they really do.
They're dumping now, and they're going to bring new guys up that are probably going to be good.
In 3 years, they probably will be a good team. You're right. But this is the lowest I think I've ever seen. 25 million. I mean, that's low. That's real low. I don't think I've ever seen a salary like that low. Right, they were always around 40 to 60, somewhere around there. But 25 is that's a joke for them. I mean, if they win 30 games this year, it might be a miracle.
Because what are they? They're in the AL West. Like that's pretty good.
Tough division.
Pretty good division. You got Trout out there, Houston. I love Seattle.
Seattle really upgraded. Texas really upgraded. LA is always a good team. That's a tough division out there, yeah. Somehow Oakland always shows up, though. You're right. So, yeah, somehow they always show up.
I'm rooting against them because of that payroll, though. That's unacceptable.
It's a joke. It's a joke.
So here, this is according to RotoChamp. This is their projected opening day lineup.
All right.
So Anthony Kemp.
Okay.
Is playing second base for them, and he is slated to lead off.
Tony Kemp.
Tony Kemp.
Yes.
Couldn't tell you one thing about him. Never heard of him. And I study.
He's been around for a little bit.
I study the MLB like I do more than any other league.
If it's the same guy, I think he's been around a little bit.
Are you thinking of Matt Kemp?
No.
I guess I can click on him. So yeah, I mean, he hit 280 in 131 games last year.
Yeah, he wasn't horrible. He's been around.
Okay.
I mean, listen, he's not great.
Elvis Andrus is going to play shortstop for
at the end of his career.
He's been around forever.
Yeah.
So you got projected 8 home runs and 6 home runs from your first. So projected 15, 14 home runs from your top 2 spots. I ain't cutting it.
No.
Then we're getting to the murderer's row here. So buckle up. We got Sean Murphy.
Oh, my gosh. Is that the catcher?
Catcher.
Oh, he's your third batter?
In the 3 hole.
Jeez Louise.
Seth Brown.
I've never even heard of this guy.
He's going to play outfield for him. He's going to clean up.
All right.
So that's 227 and 225 projected averages from your 3-4 hitters.
All right.
Cool. Jed Lowry.
They just signed him. Literally just signed him. I think he was like doing groceries or something, and they just brought him on.
Stephen Piscotty, Eric Thames.
Eric Thames, I mean, he had a good year, 3 years ago where he hit 35, 40?
Kevin Smith is their third baseman.
The old Met? Did he play on the Mets? Or was that that was no,
he's a young bull.
Okay.
He only played 18 games last year, and that's all he played. Hit 090.
Yeah, I'm thinking Dominic Smith, I think.
Hit 094 in those.
All right, so he's solid bat.
Games.
The team is just a joke.
And then Christian Pache they get in the Olsen trade. He's actually like a top 100 prospect, but he's
a prospect.
Why not just hit him first?
Well, they might not see anything in him.
Well, I mean, you gave him Matt Olson, and that's who you got for him, so they see something. They're not dumb.
The team is real bad, man. And it's not fun to watch them.
Let me see if they have. Yeah, okay. So this got updated. So Montez, Cole Irvin, they're 2-star.
Oh, the old Phil. Okay.
He'll be starting game 2. Dalton Jeffries.
I don't know
whoever that is.
Who's starting game 1? I'm sorry. Who's opening?
I guess it's Montez. I mean, this is just a list of their top 5 projected pitchers according to RotoChamp. Paul Blackburn and James Castellanos, but he's hurt.
Okay. I know. I couldn't even name a bullpen guy. Do they have?
Well, they got Lou Triviano.
Oh, okay. He's a closer, right?
But he's going to get traded.
Yeah.
If you're trading Olsen and Chapman and Matt.
Yeah, he'll be a good piece.
Did Chapman get traded, or did Jays just sign him?
No, he got moved.
He got moved.
Okay. Yeah, they moved everyone, man. They're a franchise that is just not capable of letting people walk.
Yeah, Lou Trevino is their closer.
Right.
I've heard of him.
He's not bad. Yeah.
AJ Puck was a.
Oh, he was a top pick, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Out of Florida.
Yeah, the lefty. I think he's a lefty, right?
But why would you put him in the bull? Like, I don't know.
It's either way. It's a dumpster fire of a franchise.
And they have Honeywell in their farm system.
There you go.
I've heard of him at least.
It's a joke there, boy.
But getting back to like a real team in the Phillies, because the Phillies are a real team, and I haven't been this excited for opening day since 2011 when you had the 4 aces and just a loaded lineup. Pence, like it was ridiculous.
Do you have that this year? You really do have that this year.
Do you think that this core is better than
I do.
that core?
I do. Yeah,
really?
I do. And the good thing is we got him signed for at least 3 years, right? So we should have 3 years of this at minimum.
The only reason I would favor that 08 to 11 stretch is because they had Rollins at the top.
You had the MVPs, right? And I don't know. You have Harper, but is anyone else on the lineup capable of MVP considerations besides Harper?
Probably not.
I don't think so.
I mean,
I don't
good
think so.
Guys.
Right.
No, they're not going to.
Back then, you had Rollins, you had Howard, and you had Utley, who could all be considered in that MVP.
But you don't have a leadoff hitter on this team, at least not a traditional leadoff hitter. Rollins was a traditional leadoff hitter. He set the tone. He had swagger. And that's what really brought the lineup together, gave him some juice. And obviously, you had Thunder.
And it's weird that we're going to have our DH might be our leadoff guy in Schwarber.
I wonder let's see what RotoChamp says about our lineup.
I would assume Schwarber is going to be the leadoff. Yeah, so DH is throughout baseball now. Yep. It is.
Yeah, that's why you can sign Castellanos and
Schwarber. Yeah, because they both play the same position, but one can DH now.
So they have it Schwarber, Realmuto.
Okay.
Harper, Castellanos, Hoskins, Segura, Didi, Vierling in center, and Bryson Stott in the 9-hole at third base.
It makes no sense to me to go with that lineup.
I don't like JT too.
I don't mind JT too. I'm okay with it. I would rather see Gene at the 2-hole, but I'm not doing 3 righties in a row, and I'm not doing 3 lefties in a row. There's just no reason to do that. None.
We got 2 righties at the top, then Harper.
Well,
Castellanos
Schwarber's a lefty.
Is he?
Yeah, Schwarber's a lefty. Yeah.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
So you got lefty, righty, lefty, righty. Then another righty. Gene's a righty.
Right. There's no need for that. Move DD up. You know, I'm not putting 3 righties ever together. There's no need for that. It's a strategic move. No, you don't. You don't have to.
How do you do it then?
Move DD up ahead of Gene.
Okay.
If that's what you're doing, it's done.
Okay. So you want to manipulate the bottom.
Of course.
Okay. I don't even know, like, is Verling what?
Verling, I believe, is a righty, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong in that, though. Are they projecting him to open day center fielder? Yeah.
Who else is there? Moniak?
Yeah. Yeah, because Duble's out, right?
Yeah.
So.
And he's not good.
Well, none of them are good.
So we're going to have Nola, and like we just read the A's lineup, the Murderers Row, Oakland A's lineup, $25 million payroll.
Nola should have a game.
Joke.
Yeah, Nola should have a game.
Aaron, like, I know he hears it. I know he hears us saying how he's not an ace and he's number 2, maybe number 3 guy on a good team. So if you want to get yourself, like, get us feeling good about you and pat you on the back, which he seems
get off to a good season, yeah.
Like, here's a cookie for you on opening day. Here's a nice chocolate chip cookie for you.
Should be a nice 3 days. I mean, who you got going game 2? You're
I don't know. What's Wheeler's deal?
I think Wheeler's going to be out for 2 weeks.
Yeah, but he's just got to throw, right? Like, there's nothing to be concerned about. Right?
I don't think it's anything to be concerned about. I really just think it's a conditioning thing, right? Because he was late.
Sick. Yeah, he was sick, late, and he's still getting stretched out.
I think so. Yes. There's no need to rush it,
and like that's fine.
Yeah, there's no need to rush that
because like you have these off days built in case of rainouts early in the season.
That's true too. Yeah.
So like you might go like the whole month of April without even needing a 5th guy.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I'm not burning anyone out in the beginning of the season, though. I'm going to a 5-man rotation with Wheeler or without Wheeler. I'm just not burning anyone out in the beginning of the year. No, there's no reason.
You got issues. Who's the 5th guy?
I'm sure you can find somebody. There's got to be somebody.
Nola, Bryce Blackwell's in the house. He's got Nola winning comeback player of the year.
I'm picking him again to win the Cy Young.
I put all my futures bet in. Win it. I made a bunch of bets. Futures bets.
I just don't know why everyone's so down on him. I do think the guy has all the stuff to be great.
Because when we needed him in September last year, and September's before that, when we're right there,
falls, yeah,
and he can't pitch on the road, and he falls off in September.
Big game moments, he doesn't come through. I get it. I hear you. I just love his stuff. I think he's got great stuff.
He had a 6-week stretch in, 2019?
Oh, where he was unhittable.
He was unhittable.
That's
when he was an ace. So he's been an ace 6 weeks out of a 5, 6, 7-year career.
That's not necessarily true. I mean, he was an MVP or a Cy Young candidate 3 years ago.
Because of 6 weeks.
I guess. He
really wasn't in the mix, in my opinion.
I think he was third, right?
He was third, but it was Scherzer and DeGrom at the top who were just silly.
Yeah, and now they're both hurt.
They're both hurt. And it's already coming apart for the Mets.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. It's like clockwork. It doesn't matter. They could sign Babe Ruth and Mickey Mantle in their prime, and they would mess it up. It's what's he make every? What's Bobby?
1.3, 1.4, something like that.
So that's one.
Yeah.
That's like 10%. So he's going to make 10% of the Oakland Athletics payroll.
Right.
Yeah. Unbelievable. So no big start. And I love opening day. With the aces going at each other. Because it doesn't always work out.
It is weird. Do you find it weird that you're seeing Oakland opening day, though? Does that deter a little bit of the grandeur of it?
It's weird because they're not in our division or our
right,
league.
because we were scheduled to play them, right? We missed 2 series, right? It was supposed to be, I believe, the Mets and the Braves that we missed.
I would love to have seen the Mets.
I would have loved to have seen the Braves or the Mets. Yeah.
Just sweep the Mets in April, and then their fans they'll melt.
But
away.
again, maybe this is a lucky. We get off to a great start. No, we're going to double head. They're going to double header all those back ones.
And 9-inning double.
It's a 9-inning double headers.
No more 7-inning nonsense.
Right. And no more man that second base to start
it.
Well,
no, they're doing that. I thought.
Oh, I thought they were still. They were
said
thinking
no.
about
it.
They
said no, and then I thought they were doing it.
Oh, okay.
Brian Blaine talking about our new hitting coach, Kevin Long, probably the best hire of the offseason if he can get these boys hitting going this season.
That is a good signing. Very underrated that no one knows.
Where did he come from?
I believe he was Tampa. I believe he was with Tampa.
They could they hired a bunch of front office guys from Tampa too. I mean, if you're going to raid someone,
that's a good one to raid. Yeah.
Trying to get in my app here so I can tell the people about my futures bets. No, so some of them I really like. They're sleeper futures bets too. I'm not going to bet the favorites.
No, right.
I bet Devers to win the AL MVP.
That's a good bet.
20-1.
Okay.
I got Ozzie Albies was 55-1 to win the National League MVP.
He's going to have to carry them for a while till they get Acuna back.
I mean, I think the world of Ozzie Albies.
He's a switch hitter too, isn't he?
I think he's terrific. He hits the ball to all fields. Yeah. He has power. He steals bases. He's a good glove. I think the world of him. I think he's just ready to pop. I like my Miami Marlins sleeper pick. I love their starting pitching.
Love Miami starting pitching.
Trevor Rogers, the lefty down there. He's my favorite one.
Love the starting pitching.
He's also 55-1 to win the National League Cy Young.
I'm gonna butcher his name, but it's Sandy
Alcantara.
Yeah. He's gonna be good.
I went a little dumpster diving on the odds, though. He's a little further up, Alcantara, but he's a good pitcher as well. I like? Syndergaard is going to have a big year.
He should have a big comeback year, yeah.
Los Angeles.
It depends on how they handle him, right? I would assume they're going to have him on an inning count for the whole year, so maybe 170 if he gets to that and they're not in the playoff race, maybe they just outright shut him down.
Those were I got silly odds on him. My thing won't load, so I forget what they were. I took another American League guy.
I see them shutting him down at the end of the year, though.
Who else did I pick in the American League? But I parlayed the Rookie of the Years, Stott and Joe Ryan on Minnesota. So that's like 25 to win $5,000.
Stott. Okay. Minnesota? Yeah, Minnesota's a good team. Yeah.
I had their over win total.
Yeah, Minnesota's a good team.
Look, Minnesota, their win total sitting at 76. I think I got it at.
Okay.
That's a 500.
They're a 500
That's
team.
A 500. And
they're a 500
the
team.
Central stinks.
Right.
So, that number's off to me by, 7 games.
Yeah. White Sox are going to be that. They're the team I'm.
They're loaded.
I think it's going to be. Who you got in the World Series? I got White Sox, Dodgers.
I like St. Louis.
You've been saying that.
Yeah. Look,
I like them, but
when I look at these, I think all their young. First off, they have 5 of their 8 regular guys won Gold Gloves last year.
True.
They're not giving you extra outs. They run the bases. They do the little things. They have a great bullpen, and they're going to absolutely mash.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely mash. Starting pitching's a little.
Depends on what Flaherty will be this year. But I think that's a big.
Yeah, I like teams that do the little things. I like teams that have a good bullpen. I like teams that bash.
Right.
And I'm not buying the Brewers at all.
Everyone's on board with the Brewers. Everyone loves the Brewers. I don't think that. I'm not worried about the scoring. I don't think that pitching could do again what they did last year.
Freddie Peralta is going to be a Cy Young candidate again? Really? I don't know.
Burns came out of nowhere. I don't know where he came out.
He's just 22, 23 years old, though.
Yeah. I just don't think they could. Woodruff, I mean, he's been around for a while. He had a hell of a year. That came out of nowhere.
Good players. Dodgers going to fold. Phillies can get to the NLCS. I hope.
I could see it. I can see it. It's simple. Philly bullpen. If we don't blow leads or blow games, we'll be good because we're going to lead a lot of games.
World Series, White Sox, Cardinals. That's Bryce. Bryce likes the Twins too. He's been talking about the Twins for weeks on the Sports
I like
House.
the Twins, yeah. But
so
I'm all
loaded.
over the White Sox also. I think the White Sox come out of the
They're
AL.
so good. There's just no money in it.
What?
10-1.
The White Sox?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe they're 500 on June 1st or something. And
I mean,
you get a better price.
That's the best lineup in maybe
the Dodgers.
Dodgers,
is fake.
yeah.
It's
but
wiffle ball.
Besides them, the White Sox have the best lineup in baseball.
Boston, and then my last futures bet was I did a parlay, division winner parlay. So I took the Phillies, I took the Mariners, I took the Red Sox.
Oh.
And someone else. It was 4 legs.
What, the Red Sox, huh?
Yeah, I like Boston.
Okay.
I do like Boston this year. So yeah, I think it's going to be a Sox on Sox crime in the ALCS.
Oh, that'd be fun. Yeah.
We did predictions Monday with me and Brad, but I don't remember who I picked. No idea.
Just picked it off the cuff.
I've been consistent. No, I'm a White Sox. I'm a White Sox Cardinals. I remember that part.
Oh yeah.
I don't remember.
You don't remember the divisions?
No. Oh, who's my other? They're all 5-1, and it's 25 to win $15,000. So it's Seattle, it's Boston, it's Philadelphia, and Philadelphia's win total. The Phillies win total.
I like Philadelphia. Yeah, that's a good bet. I think they're good odds on that.
It's up to 87 now. It started at 83, and now it's all the way up to 87. So money's coming in.
Yeah.
Maybe I have a look at your nice hats here. I'll remember. Maybe it was the Cardinals because the Cardinals.
I was just about to say you're missing the Central
because the Cardinals are 3-1 to win the Central.
I don't see any other team it could be besides Brewers or Cardinals.
No,
right? It's not going to be the Reds. It's not going to be the Cubs. So it's either them. The Reds are just a dumpster fire now too. They had their run and didn't get it done. Now they're going back to being what they are.
Bets placed. Why do I have to do
Well, you want to just finish up? We only got a couple minutes left.
This is burning me. Yeah, it is the Cardinals. They're
Okay.
plus 240, so that's 25 to win 15-3.
Right.
And Bryson Stott, Joe Ryan, American League Rookie of the Year, National League Rookie of the Year parlay is 25 to win 6,500.
I like the catcher from San Fran. I think he's going to make the team and
who, Bart?
Joe Bart. Yeah, I think it's Joe. Is it Joe?
Joe Bart. Yeah, but and then I look at the NL and it's pretty wide open. The AL's stacked.
AL's very stacked.
But I can make an argument. You can go down to the Twins and make an argument that they could make significant noise in the National League. Not so much.
National League is the Dodgers. Is there really anyone else you can?
Well,
pick?
I mean, the Padres. Bless their hearts, they're trying. Well, you got Darvish, you got Snell, and now you got Minaya.
But they can never be healthy. Darvish or Snell can never stay healthy.
And you have Tatis with the wrist.
Right.
And the Giants, they're not winning 107 again.
No
shot.
Stop it.
Yeah,
stop
no shot.
Yeah.
And you look at the East, so I think the Phillies, this team was 7 playoff spots, the Phillies.
Right.
Put my parlay aside. I picked them. It's 5-1 to win the division. I think that's just
a good
value.
Bet. Yeah, it's a good bet.
But if a weak NL, a wide open NL, you got to be in the top 7.
I don't understand how you say it's a wide open NL. There's just one team. If you bet on anyone else, it literally is going to be considered a sucker bet.
My point is, there's 7 teams that are getting in the dance from the National League.
I hear you, but there's only one that's going to win it.
Are you sure?
Yes. They can lose 4 guys to season-ending injuries, and they'd still be the heavy favorites. That's how deep they are.
Yeah, but favorites doesn't mean that they're going to
I hear you, but this is the biggest gap ever. I mean, they're just head and shoulders so much better than any team in the NL.
Okay, who's the best team besides take the Dodgers out of it?
Yeah.
Who's
Then
the
it's
best
open.
team?
Then it's open.
So you got to grab.
Yeah, then it's open.
You got to grab one of these spots if you're the Phillies. There's no excuse.
Oh, 100%. 100%. You got to make the playoffs this year. Yeah,
because if they don't make the playoffs, Mr. Middleton.
I think we said it last week.
He'll never spend a dime
not last
again.
week, the week before, because we were off last week. But if we don't make the playoffs this year, we will never go over the luxury tax.
Ever.
You can stop clamoring to sign free agents because we never will if we miss the playoffs this year.
Never happen.
Yep.
You're right.
We have to make the playoffs this year to give this front office a little bit more. We're just this close, right? We're just this close. Maybe one more guy. But if we don't make the playoffs, it'll never happen. It'll never happen.
All right, opening day, you're going down.
Yep. Yeah, me and the boys will be there. Ralphie's going to be there.
Ralphie's going down. Ramp Booth is going to be.
Yep. We will
down
be there
at the stadiums, and we're doing some Sunday stuff down there.
We're doing some Sunday. Yeah, we got the Sunday package. We'll be at every home game Sundays.
So, do we have a setup? Like, where are we going to be setting?
Yeah,
up?
we're always going to be in the Jethro lot.
Okay.
Always going to be in the Jethro lot. All right.
Nice. So Jethro lot. Look at us Sundays baseball. It's here. Opening day. Enjoy opening day. Go Phils.
Yep.
March to the playoffs. March to Red October.
Enjoy the NCAA championship game, too, guys.
Yeah, me and Brad Ryder tomorrow night. We'll be getting you ready for that. And then we got the Flight Zone on after us.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what's on their docket, but the game doesn't start till 9, which is terrible. Terrible. Go Heels. I'm with you. Go Heels. And until next Sunday, peace out.
Later, guys.